Why, hello there. Obviously it's been a while, but we're back. This, just so you know, I'm gonna be doing this every week, but this does not mean that the main vlogs, I'm still on a break from them. So I'm just letting you know that we're still on the vlog break, but every week I will be doing this because it's fun and I love sports, and sports are back. Thank God. So, today I've got the 2020 NFL schedule completely, every single game typed out by me, hand personally. It's like 6 pages long, and I'm just going to go through week 1 and give you my thoughts and predictions and logic behind what I think is going to happen in each game. I'm not going to give a score prediction just because that's kind of difficult, but I'll just tell you who I think is going to win, why I think they're going to win, and yeah, we'll just have to see as the season goes along. And I just woke up. Just kidding, I didn't just wake up. It is currently like 10:20 in the morning, so I woke up like 2 hours ago, but still, just saying. Alright, well, we're going to get started with this one. Kicking it off, Thursday Night Football in the season opener. So basically, these videos, by the way, they're probably going to come out every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So same time as it used to be on Fridays, but now just on Wednesdays. And yeah, I'm filming this one on Tuesday morning. So if anything changes between now and Thursday, then this may not be accurate anymore. But this is Tuesday morning. Usually I'll probably be filming these on Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon after I'm done with school, because school starts on Thursday. But yes, so starting off the season, we've got Houston Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a Super Bowl win. They've got an awesome offense led by Patrick Mahomes, and the Houston Texans are Deshaun Watson is their starting quarterback. They're still a very good team, except they lost their biggest player, which was DeAndre Hopkins. And either way, for this game, I do like defending Super Bowl champions going into the season, and it wouldn't be surprising if they had a legit shot of winning it again this year. So for this game, I'm going to have to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. Next up, we've got the slate of Sunday early afternoon games, the 1 p.m. Eastern. For all of my videos, by the way, I'm going to use... Am I going to use Eastern time? No, I'm going to use Central time. I live in Central time, so it's just easier for me. So I'm going to go in Central Standard Time. I'm sorry about that. But 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. First up, New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills got a good addition of Stephon Diggs from my Minnesota Vikings. You're welcome for him. But, so Buffalo Bills are looking very good this year. They have a legit shot of making the playoffs this year and possibly winning the division. Well, the New York Jets are kind of a sad team. I don't expect a lot from them this year, so I'm going to pick the Bills to win this game. Then it's the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Green Bay Packers are coming off a division championship last year and an NFC championship game appearance on a record of 13-3. Well, the Minnesota Vikings made the wild card on a record of 10-6, and they lost Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills, but they also gained some big receivers, drafting Justin Jefferson, the rookie out of Louisiana State. They also, one of their other receivers stepped up big during camp, and he's currently our number 2 receiver, is B.C. Johnson. And a lot of people probably haven't heard of him, but he's good. And then I think he's going to make a big step up this year. That's also like the Green Bay Packers. They don't really have a number 2 wide receiver behind Devontae Adams, but I respect Allen Lazard. I think that Lazard could do good this year. Same with Marquez. Is it Marquez or Marquez? Comment down below. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Yeah. So I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I can in these opinions, because I kind of talked a lot about the Vikings and Packers right there, because I know more about them, because I follow them, I guess. So for this game, Packers and Vikings, it's in Minneapolis, but no fans. But just because it's in Minneapolis and it's the season opener, I'm going to have to go with the Vikings on this one. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington FT. And yes, I say Washington FT or FT Washington like a soccer team because it's kind of fun to say. So we got Philly and Washington. The Philadelphia Eagles won the NFC East last year. It's going to be close between them and the Dallas Cowboys. And the Washington FT, almost said Redskins, I'm sorry. But the Washington FT, they got number 2 draft pick, drafted Chase Young, defensive end. I believe he's a defensive end. Correct me if I'm wrong, out of Ohio State. So I think that could be a very good addition. He could be a defensive rookie of the year candidate for Young. But for this game, not really liking Washington's odds, so I'm going to have to pick the Eagles. I'm actually taking a long time because I just got 4 done, and I'm only right there on the page. And it goes a ways down, so I kind of got a ways to go. So I'm going to try and start going faster, but I like talking sports, so I'm going to take my time because I like that too. Next up, Cleveland Browns versus Baltimore Ravens. Cleveland Browns they got some potential, but I don't like Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. He's just not the guy. I just don't know why. So Cleveland, I don't have a lot of potential for them again this year, but I did last year. This year I don't. The Baltimore Ravens are coming off a 14-2 record and an AFC North championship. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC, but lost in the not wild card in the divisional round to the Tennessee Titans. For this one, I think the Ravens aren't going to do quite as good as they did last year, but they're still going to do better than the Browns. So Ravens win that game. Indianapolis Colts versus Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts they've got Phillip Rivers as their quarterback. He's super old. He's literally like 40 or something like that. He's way too old, and I'm not really a big fan of him because of how old he is. Some people are giving him a playoff appearance. Too old. He throws too many interceptions. Last year when the Vikings played the Chargers, he was throwing interceptions like Christmas presents. Literally, though. So for this one, I am going to have to give this one to... Oh, I never got to the Jaguars. So, Jaguars, in my opinion, they're the worst team in the league, and they're going to tank for Trevor, and that's all I need to say. So even though I don't like the Colts and I don't like Phillip Rivers, I'm going to have to pick them for this one. Next up, Las Vegas Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. This one is a debatable one. Las Vegas, they could be a sneaky playoff team this year. They could be an underdog playoff team. Well, the Carolina Panthers, first-year head coach Matt Rule, debatable. So I am going to have to pick the Raiders for this one. But this was a close one. This one could go either way. Then we've got the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The Bears are looking for the playoffs this year. I don't think they're going to get it. But their quarterback, they have announced that their starter is going to be Mitchell Trubisky, which I'm sorry, but Chicago, you made a mistake. I know that Nick Foles, blah, 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 his time is up. He had his time. I know he won a Super Bowl, whatever. Even though he's not in his prime, Foles is still better than Trubisky. So for this one, the Bears did make a terrible choice in Trubisky, and the Lions could be an underdog team this year. I won't say playoffs. I'm not going to say playoffs, but over the next couple of years, they could be a sneaky playoff team. And Detroit, they've got a good team this year. I like all the additions. I like Adrian Peterson. Obviously, I'm a Minnesota Viking fan, so I love Adrian Peterson. I like Matt Stafford. I don't like them giving Darius Slay away, but whatever. But either way, I don't like Trubisky as the starter, and I like the Lions as an underdog team, and it's in Detroit, so I'm going to pick the Lions. Then we've got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks could be a legitimate playoff team this year. People aren't saying that, but I am. I actually have the Seahawks making the Super Bowl as a sneaky underdog. I keep saying sneaky and underdog. I'm sorry about that. But I could see the Seahawks making the Super Bowl. They could be an underdog team for the Super Bowl this year. Even though people don't see it, I do. And the Atlanta Falcons, could they be a playoff team? Not really. 7-9 again this year. They could have been for like the past 3 years, I feel like. So for this one, I'm going to have to pick the Seahawks to win it, even though it's in Atlanta. And there's no fans for that one. Most of these games don't have fans. Chiefs game has fans. Bills game, I don't think has fans. Vikings game does not have fans. The Washington game, I don't think has fans, but they might. Ravens, I'm pretty sure that one does, but it's possible. Jaguars, I'm really not sure, but Jaguars don't even have fans, so, like, you don't know. The Jaguars, I'm pretty sure they actually do have fans, but I'm not sure. Panthers, I don't think they do. Lions don't. Falcons don't. And that brings us to our next game, the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. Miami Dolphins just announced that their starter is going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick for this game. And their backup is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. I know, I just feel I don't like them starting Fitzpatrick. I know he's experienced, and you don't want to throw a rookie like Tagovailoa into the first game, but I feel like Tagovailoa just has more talent, and he's more rounded than Fitzpatrick is. Fitzpatrick just got really lucky lately, and so I still feel like Tagovailoa is going to be a young talent, and I feel like they need to get him out there sooner than later. So for that one, then we've also got the Patriots. Patriots came off losing Tom Brady, and they have a bunch of players opting out this season, but I still like the Patriots, to be honest. Bill Belichick, the key to the team's success right there. That is why they did so good, is because of Bill Belichick, and he's still there, so he's still going to keep success. I like Cam Newton as their starter, and so that's why I'm going to have to pick the Patriots to win this game. Patriots, could they be a playoff team? Maybe. They have a bunch of players opting out, and that's the one downside I see. But they could be a playoff team otherwise. I don't care what you say. The New England Patriots could be a playoff team this year. Thank you. Now we've got the late afternoon matchup. So starting at 3:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. In my opinion, Chargers are the second worst team in the league. People can come bash me for that one, but I think Jacksonville's the worst and the Chargers are second. So Chargers not very good this year, in my opinion. Cincinnati Bengals, first pick of the draft. They drafted quarterback Joe Burrow. I like their odds with Burrow, and I like A.J. Green back in the offense this year. So for this one, I am going to have to pick the Cincinnati Bengals. There are a lot of people that aren't picking Cincinnati to win this game, but I like Cincinnati's odds on this one. It's a home game, season opener. Chargers not very good, so I just like Cincinnati's odds stacking for them. So I'm gonna have to pick the Bengals to beat the Chargers. And that game, I don't think it has fans, but it could. It's possible. And the Patriots game, I don't believe does either. Then we've got the Sunday 3:25 p.m. one Central Time. Arizona Cardinals versus San Francisco 49ers. This one was honestly debatable. Cardinals could be a playoff team this year. They could be. I'm not going to say they are. They could be a playoff team this year. The 49ers, I'm sorry, 49ers are going to dip this year. Not saying that they won't make the playoffs or that they won't win their division, because it's still possible they could. I actually have them making the playoffs as the number 5 seed. But Seattle Seahawks, again, I told you, they're my sleeper team is Seattle. So I like their odds. And for San Francisco, though, this game is in Santa Clara, so I'm going to have to pick the 49ers. Otherwise, I might go with the Cardinals. But I'm going to pick the Niners because it's the season opener. Next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. The game of the week on Fox, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is the Fox, what is it called? America's Game of the Week. There we go. This one is Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a lot of additions this year. Holy crap. They got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. They were already there. Their defense is okay. I'm not going to say they're good. They're just okay. Then they've got Tom Brady. Obviously, they added Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette. I don't know if this is the word to use, but I'm going to say it. Their roster is stacked, but can they put it together? That's the question. They have good players, but can they put the good players together? To me, Tom Brady's not going to do good because he's not with Bill Belichick. And I know this is a very strong opinion I'm about to give. The reason the New England Patriots were good is not because of Tom Brady, it is because of Bill Belichick. And Brady is not going to be good on his own. And that is why it's going to be debatable for Tampa Bay this year. Gronkowski's been out of football for a year. Will that push against him? Possibly. Leonard Fournette was having some problems in Jacksonville at the end. Could that go against him? Likely not. But, yeah, their other receivers, are they all looking good? They are looking good. But Gronkowski and Brady, might they have problems? Yes, they could. And that is why, for this game, I'm going to have to pick the Saints. The Saints came off a division win at 13-3. Drew Brees, still an awesome guy. In my opinion, he's the third best quarterback in the league to Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Brees is at number 3. Still Michael Thomas, still an awesome receiver, but he's not better than Julio Jones. Sorry. But for this game, I'm going to have to pick the Saints. First of all, it's at home. And second of all, it's week 1. It's the Buccaneers. It's Brady, Gronkowski, new players all getting thrown together for their first game. Does that always work out? No. Saints win it. If the Buccaneers win, I'm legit going to be surprised. Then we've got Sunday night. Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb in the first round. They also added Everson Griffin from the Minnesota Vikings. Are there any other major players they got? Not really. At least not that I'm thinking. So, Cowboys, people are giving them a Super Bowl shot? No. Cowboys aren't making the Super Bowl. Are they even going to make the playoffs? Debatable. I do have the Cowboys making the playoffs, and the NFC is the number 4 seed on a record of 10-6, winning the NFC East. Just barely. But that could be close. The Los Angeles Rams didn't really do a lot this offseason, and that's why, because the Rams didn't do a lot, and it is the season opener at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Either way, I'm still going to have to give this one to the Cowboys. With a no-fans game, I just don't think that the Rams are going to do super well this year, and so I'm going to have to give this one to the Cowboys on Sunday night. Then we've got Monday night for the first matchup, Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. The Steelers in the offseason, did they really add anyone major? No. But I still like them. I like their running back, James Conner. I like him. I like Ben Roethlisberger on a bounce-back year. I still like Juju Smith-Schuster. I just think that in their defense is still pretty good. I think that the Steelers are a playoff team this year, and I actually have the Pittsburgh Steelers making the playoffs as the number 5 seed, behind the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. Steelers could be a playoff team this year. I like their odds. And the New York Giants, Daniel Jones, I can't lie, I like Daniel Jones as a quarterback. He's like, I also like Drew Lock, and I don't know why, but I just think Daniel Jones, I wouldn't say he's the guy to get it done, but he could be the guy to get it done. Personally, I know you're going to go off on me for this. Daniel Jones, for me, is more of the guy to get it done than Baker Mayfield. And I'm not going to say Kyler Murray, but I almost did. But for this one, I'm going to have to pick the Steelers. Just because the Giants, it's the Giants. Now we've got, last but not least, closing it out, another Monday night game. The Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. Titans, this week, they signed free agent defensive end or defensive tackle. I'm not really sure which position he is. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Oh, Jadeveon Clowney. So they signed Clowney. That was a very good choice for them. I think Clowney could put him over the top. Titans aren't going to have as good of a year, but I actually have them higher than they did last year. I have them winning as a number 4 seed in the AFC. Hold on. Number 4 seed in the AFC, winning the AFC South, because Houston, could they be a playoff contender? that's questionable on whether Houston could be a playoff contender. The Colts, too old. Again, Rivers is too old to be leading their team. And the Colts are not a playoff team. Jaguars, worst team in the league. So, and then the Denver Broncos, they got Drew Lock. I don't know who their starter for this game is. Just letting you know. I'm not sure for a lot of these teams. I mean, for most of them, I do know their starter. But I don't know who's starting for Denver. But if it's Drew Lock, yeah, maybe. But it is in Denver. It is Monday night. It is a late game. Tennessee Titans are not used to late nights. The start time for this game is what, like 9:15 Central, so that's like 10:15 Eastern. But it is on the West Coast, I know that. But still, like, the Titans are in Central Time with me. The game starts at 9 o'clock. It's not going to be over till past 12 here. It's going to be like 12:15 to 12:30. They're not going to be ready for that. Or at least the Titans aren't. But Jadeveon Clowney, I know it's his first week in the system, but I think he could make an immediate impact. This game is a dead even game, but only because of Jadeveon Clowney. I'm going to pick the Titans to win this one. So that closes out this one. Here are my predictions. Chiefs beat the Texans. Bills beat the Jets. Vikings beat the Packers. Eagles beat the Washington FT. Ravens beat the Browns. Colts beat the Jaguars. Raiders beat the Panthers. Lions beat the Bears. Seahawks beat the Falcons. Patriots beat the Dolphins. Bengals beat the Chargers. The 49ers beat the Cardinals. Saints beat the Buccaneers. Cowboys beat the Rams on Sunday night. Steelers beat the Giants on Monday night game 1. And the Titans beat the Broncos on Monday night game 2. So there's your matchups right there. There's my personal predictions. I'm also going to make a prediction of the most lopsided. I'm making this stuff up on the spot. Most lopsided game and the most equal game. For me, the most lopsided game of this is going to be... let's look at this list. I got it. To me, the most lopsided game is going to be the Browns versus the Ravens. I know people aren't going to think so. It's a divisional game for them. But I just don't like the Browns this year, and I like the Ravens. Personally, I have them as a number 3 seed this year. They could still win the AFC North, but they're not getting any more than 12 wins. 12 wins most. They're not gonna... People are saying 15-1. Oh, 16-0. No. People are gonna figure out Lamar Jackson over time. Mark Ingram, you know, I still respect him, but Lamar Jackson, main running back, whatever. People are going to figure out Lamar over time, so then they're going to need to use Mark Ingram, and I still like Mark Ingram, so that's why I have him at 12-4 this year. So biggest lopsided game for me is going to be Cleveland and Baltimore. Closest game for me is going to be the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. I think that the Packers could equally take this game. Both teams could equally take it. The Vikings had a lot of turnover on defense, but they got a lot of good players to fill in the gaps. They got Yannick Ngakoue, drafted Cameron Dantzler, he looked good in camp. Jeff Gladney, he's looking good. Mike Hughes, I already like that guy, he's doing great. Then they got B.C. Johnson and Justin Jefferson to replace Stephon Diggs. They got a lot of good replacements, and the Packers, I mean, they have a lot of continuity. There we go. They have a lot of continuity this year, but Packers aren't going to do as good as they did last year. They could still have division-winning potential, but not 13-3 potential. But I'm going to pick the Vikings, but that one's a debatable one. So closest game for me, Packers and Vikings. Most lopsided game, Browns and Ravens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to tune in next week for week number 2. I don't know when the videos will be back. I'm still on break, and I'm usually working 2 nights a week, by the way. If you haven't seen why I'm leaving YouTube, check that video out. There, description, down below. Check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. And, yeah, I kind of left YouTube because I got a job and it took a lot of my time. But this doesn't take a lot of time. It takes 15 to 20 minutes for me to talk about this. I don't really need to edit anything in this video because it's just me sitting and talking. So there's not really a lot to edit, and then I just upload it. And so it takes, like, less than an hour to make this video, where some other ones take, like, 7 or 8 hours. So thank you. So that's why I'm doing this. It takes way less time to make these, and they're super easy, and I love sports, so I like talking about this. So there you go, closing it out. I'm kind of stalling, and I don't know why. So end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and share with all your friends if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Good night, everybody.